We're going to talk about the law of sine again today. This particular note that I found, call it the sine rule. And the first box we're going to go to is this one up here that says, what do we need in order to, what do we need to know in order to use the sine rule? So there's two things we need to know. And the first is two angles and a side. So two angles and an included side. Oh, I don't think it actually has to be an included side. I think it can just be two angles and a side. Sorry. And a side. So if I have a triangle, it's gonna be really ugly. Don't judge me on my triangle. Sorry. So I have angle A, angle B, angle C, side A, side B, side C. So if I have this angle and this angle and this side, I should be able to use law of sines. Okay, two angles and any side, I should be able to do law of sines. The other, or if I know two sides and a non-included angle, which means if I have my triangle and I have angle A, angle B, angle C, side A, side B, side C, and I have this side and this side. It means I need to have an angle that's not included, which means I can't have angle C. I could have angle A or angle B. So, and there we go. That's what I need to use to know to be able to use the sine rule. And then it says, what is the sine rule? And actually they have me write this in because I didn't do this. Another teacher came with this. I'm just doing their, the way they did their notes. So this is how they find it. That they said A over sine of A equals B over sine of B, which equals C over sine of C. Okay, and where little a, little b, and little c are side lengths, side, L-E-N-G-T-H-S, I think that's right, and big A, big B, and big C are angles, and I don't know why I put a comma there, are angles, yep, in degrees. Okay. So that's, we've already learned that rule. Actually, we've the first two things we've already talked about in our own notes. Then this other one we're going to kind of before I do the examples here, there's also this alternative form that they did here, useful, and she says it's useful for finding angles. Whichever. This one just says the opposite. It says the sine of, remember when I gave you the definition, I gave you both of them. The sine of B over B equals the sine of C over C. Just pick one of them. Again, this also says again where little a, little b, and little c are side lengths, L-E-N-G-T-H-S, and big A, big B, and big C are angles. Oh, way to spell angles without an A. Let's try that again. Are angles in degrees. So the difference, what's the difference between the two? Let's look at I got to make them a little smaller. The only difference between the two formulas are the reciprocals of each other, right? I don't care which one you use. Sometimes some people say the first one is better if you're looking for a side, and the second one's better if you're looking for an angle. For me, it doesn't matter which one you use. I usually just pick one of them. That way I don't have to memorize, oh, I have to find one's the reciprocal of the other, or not. I just pick one of the two, and that's the one I use. It doesn't matter to me. Just pick one of them. Either pick this one. If you like to use this one the best, then use this one for all the ones. Or if you like the sign on the top, then pick this one. And honestly, it doesn't matter. There might be one more step when you're solving it. It's okay. Just pick one. Okay? So I just want to say that. Just pick one of the two formulas and use it. Know what it is, and then use that one. And remember, I only need 2 out of the 3 equations. So, 2 out of the 3 fractions, because remember, I'm going to have a fraction equaling a fraction, and then you cross multiply and divide. So I only need 2 out of the 3. So it doesn't matter which one I choose. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We have 4 examples on this page, and then we'll go to finish the notes from the notes we started from when we did this before Christmas. So this says 2 angles and a side. So I know 2 angles and a side. I'm going to actually draw it out so I can see it. Solve triangle. So it says solve triangle ABC. That means I need to know all the angles and all the sides in this triangle. So if I have my triangle, oopsie, sorry. If I have my triangle, angle A, angle B, and angle C. So side A is 45. Angle A is 97. And I know the picture does not look like, it's not perfect. It's not drawn to scale. It's okay. B is 24 degrees. So what I need to find is angle A, angle B, angle C, side A, side B, and side C. So I need to find all that information. So I know some of it. I know A is 97 degrees, and B is 24 degrees, and side A is 45 centimeters. Okay, so I need to find the rest. Can someone tell me how to find angle C? That's going to be the easiest. How do I find angle C? I'm going to find it while you guys are thinking about telling me how to find it. Yeah, okay. Yes, Alexis, awesome. Right, so the angles of a triangle all add up to 180 degrees. So I'm just going to write that up here so you guys can know that. Angles of a triangle add to 180 degrees. Okay, so if I know 2 out of the 3, that means I can do angle C is going to equal 180 minus 97 minus 24, which is 59. So this angle is going to be 59 degrees. Okay, so one angle, 59 degrees. So now I have all 3 angles. I need to find side B and side C. So let's start with side B, why not? And I know the A's. So this is the one thing about law of sine. I have to know an angle and the side opposite. So I have to know one angle and one side that match. So I either have to know the A's or the B's or the C's. I have to know one of them. And in this case, I know the A's. So I'm going to start out with that one. So I'm going to say the sine. For me, when I'm doing this, I know it doesn't matter. But for me, when I'm doing this, I always like the sine to be on top. I don't know why. Maybe that's because that's how I learned it. That's probably it. Okay. But that's, so I'm going to say sine of, I should have put that over here. So sine of 97 over 45. So I have big A up here, little a on the bottom. Okay, so the A's have to go together. And then if I'm trying to find side B, I'm going to say sine of, what is it, 24? Sine of 24 over B. Okay? So now I'm going to cross multiply and solve. Cross multiply. So I get B sine of 97 equals 45 sine of 24. How do I get B by itself? Well, I divide by sine of 97. So B is going to equal 45 sine of 24 divided by sine of 97. And I'm going to put that into my calculator. Now remember, if you're going to use, let me see if I think I have Desmos open. If you're going to use Desmos, I need to make sure that it's in degrees. So I want to go up to the little wrench thingy and change it to degrees, because remember Desmos has radians as its default. So then I'm going to do, let's see, 45 sine of 24, parenthesis, divide by sine of 97. And it doesn't say to round or anything, so B is approximately equal to 18.4. We're going to go to 1 decimal place. 18.4 centimeters. Okay. So this is not a right triangle, so I can't use the Pythagorean theorem to find the third side. So I'm just going to do the law of sine again to find C. And again, I still know the A's. So I'm going to start with the sine of 97 over 45 equals the sine of angle C this time. Angle C was 59 divided by side C. And I'm going to do the same thing I just got done doing, cross multiplying. Cross multiplying. So I've got C sine of 97 equals 45 sine of 59. I want C by itself, so I'm going to divide by sine of 97. Sine of 97. So C is going to equal 45 sine of 59 divided by sine of 97, which is approximately equal to 45 sine of 59, parenthesis, divided by sine of 97. Sine of 97. So 38.9. 38. Okay, that's it. Oh. Okay, so on example 2, I want you guys to do example 2. Okay, so I want you to try example 2. I'm going to pause. Wow, I'm doing really good today. Okay, let's try this again. Angle C is 180 minus 72 and minus 29, and that equaled 79 degrees. So that's that. Let's see. Okay, and then so my first proportion that I'm going to set up is going to be sine of, I'm going to use the B's, right? So sine of 29 over 11, okay, is going to equal sine of, doesn't matter. I'm gonna probably start with A because I like it's alphabetical. I don't know why. We'll just start with A. Sine of A over little a. Cross multiply. So I get a sine of 29 equals 11 sine of, and I put sine of a, and I should have put, what should have I put? 70, what was it, 72? Sine of 72, sorry. Sine of 72. And I want a by itself, so I'm going to divide by sine of 29. So how many people are having issues putting it in, if you're using Desmos, putting this into Desmos? Can you just, if anybody's having issues, can you just do a hands up or a, I don't know, whatever emoji you like to use in Zoom. It doesn't matter, because I can go through and show you I can, share the Desmos calculator and show you how to do it. Okay, so let me stop sharing this for a minute, and I need to get Desmos up, so give me just a second to get Desmos. DES. Desmos, okay. So if I go to Desmos here, so here's Desmos, and I want to go to the graphing calculator. So on your phone and on the computer, again, it's the same interface. So that's the one reason I really do like Desmos, is because it's not different going from like a computer calculator to a calculator in your hand or on your phone. This is the same. Desmos is the same on the computer as it is on your phone. So I'm going to enter that. Hopefully you have it on your paper. In order to do this, I need to put it in parentheses, or else it's not going to be right. Sometimes you have to use parentheses in calculators, right? So then I go to the function button, and trig happens to be the first one. So sine of 72, close that parenthesis for the sine, and then close that parenthesis. So that's my top row. And then divide by, what am I dividing by? Sine of 29. Sine of 29. Close my parenthesis. And why did I get a negative number? Oh, I know why I got a negative number. Notice, what was the one thing I said to make sure you do is to change it. And if I go to my graph settings, notice I'm in radians and I need to be in degrees. So if I switch to degrees, which is where I need to be at, my answer all of a sudden changes to 21.6 degrees. So it's not degrees, 21.6 inches. Since I'm rounding it to 1 decimal place, it should be 21.6 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this. I hope that helped out a little bit. And I'm going to start sharing this again. And there's the chat up there in case. Okay, so what did I say it was? 21.6 degrees. So A is approximately 21.6 inches. I keep saying degrees and it's inches. 21.6 inches. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. I still have my B's. I have to find side C. And so I'm still have my the complete fraction of B's. So I'm still going to use that. So I've got sine of 29 over 11. And then I want to find C's this time. So now I have sine of 79 over side C. Cross multiply. So I've got C sine of 29 equals 11 sine of 79. And I want C by itself, so I'm going to divide by sine of 29. So C is approximately going to be equal to, I guess I should have asked, did that help on how to put this into the Desmos calculator? If you're using one of the other calculators, it might be a little different, but I would still put parentheses around the top if you're in the calculators, because if not, it's just going to divide just the signs and not do 11 times. Some calculators are crazy that way, so I just put parentheses around as much as I can. So when I put this one into the calculator, I get, what do I get? I get 22.3 inches. So my answer for this one is 22.3 inches. Okay? Questions? All right, you guys. So we've got 2 more examples, and then we're going to go to the next page and do 3 more problems. Sorry. So this one is a little different. The first 2 were 2 angles and a side. The second one are 2 sides and an angle. So this changed just a little bit. So again, I'm going to draw my triangle, and my triangle doesn't have to be to scale. A, B, C, and angle B is 115 degrees. Side B is 3, and side C is a 1.2, and then side A. And I have, what do I need to find? Angle A, angle B, angle C, side A, side B, side C. So the only thing I know in my angles is B, 115 degrees. And I know side B is 3, and side C, 3 centimeters, I guess I should label it, and 1.2 centimeters. Okay, so the one that I know both my angle and my side are right here. So the B's. Okay, so I'm going to start I can't find an angle easy this way. There's no way. At least yet, I can't find one. So I'm going to find, the only thing I can find easily right now, the only other little piece of information I have is side C. So I'm going to find angle C. Okay, so I have sine of 115 over 3. And it's going to equal sine of C over 1.2. I still have 2 fractions equaling each other, so that part doesn't change. I still cross multiply. That part hasn't changed. Okay? I'm going to slide this up a little bit, you guys, so I have a little bit more room for my hand. So when I cross multiply, I have, what do I have? 3 sine of C is going to equal 1.2 sine of 115. So my variable is C, sine of C, so I'm going to divide by 3 to get that by itself. So I've got sine of C is going to equal 1.2 sine of 115 divided by 3. But I don't want sine of C, I want C. So how do I undo sine? I know it's been a couple weeks, but does anyone remember how to undo sine? Anybody? How do I get C to be by itself? Sine it. Yes, Alexis, very good. I'm going to do sine inverse. And if I take the inverse of one side, I have to do it to the other side. So that means C is going to equal sine inverse of 1.2 sine of 115 divided by 3. So I'm going to show you how to put this into Desmos because this is going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to wait just a second for you guys to get that written down. And then we're going to say angle C is approximately going to be equal to, and we're going to go put this into calculator, okay? All right, so if we go to Desmos, where's Desmos? There we go. Okay. There we go. So I need to have a new little thing here. And I'm going to go to functions first. So I'm going to do sine inverse. Okay, so I have a parenthesis. Now I need to put in my little inner part, and I need to have a parenthesis for that. So I have 1.2 sine of 115 parentheses. So I'm going to close that. That one goes with the sign. This one goes with the top row. And then it's divided by, what is this? Divided by 3. And then we should have the arrow over, closing parenthesis. So it should be 21.3 degrees. Do you see that? 21.3 degrees. And the other thing I like about Desmos is if you look at this looks almost exactly, barring the parentheses, exactly what we have written down on our page, right? Sine inverse of 1.2 times sine of 115 divided by 3. And that's another reason I like Desmos, because you can see if it looks like it looks on your paper, then it's right. If the 3 is only divided by the sine of 115, then there's something wrong. So just make sure that it looks like what you have written on your paper. You might have to add some parentheses or take some out or something to make it look like it. But that's what I always do, is I make sure that it looks like what it's written on my page. Okay, so it's 21.3. 21.3. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so I said it was 21.3 degrees. So 21.3 degrees. So now I can find angle A because I have 2 of the 3 angles. So for angle A, I'm going to say 180 minus 115 minus 21.3 is going to equal, this is angle A. So I need to get my calculator out here. 180 minus 115 minus 21.3 is 43.7. So angle A is 43.7 degrees. Now I need to find side A, so I'm going to use my law of sines again, and I'm still going to use my B's because I know both of those. So sine of 115 over 3 is going to equal sine of 43.7 over A. So this is what we already got done doing on the last 2 problems, is finding a side. We should be able to do that one. So I've got A sine of 115 equals 3 sine of 43.7. I want A, so I'm going to divide by sine of 115. Sine of 115. So A is approximately going to be equal to Desmos. Parenthesis 3 sine. If you guys can be faster than me on this, that would be great. 43.7 parenthesis divided by sine of 115. 2.3 centimeters. Okay, yep. 2.3 centimeters. Okay, beautiful. Questions? Okay, so we've got, oh, there was more room there. One more problem to do, and it's the same type of problem. I'm going to pause it and let you guys work on it for about, here we go. I kind of already set it up while we were waiting, so we didn't have to wait for that to happen. So I've got, let's see, what do I have got? Sine of 72 over 6. And the only other little piece of information I know is a b. So I'm going to find sine of b over 4. So cross multiply. And I get 6 sine of b equals 4 sine of 72. Make sure I did that right. Yes, I did. Divide by 6. So sine of b equals 4 sine of 72 divided by 6. But I don't want sine of b. I want b. So to undo sine, I do sine inverse. So I'm going to put that into my calculator. And B is approximately equal to 39.3. 39.3. So B is 39.3 degrees. Remember, angles are always measured in degrees. And now, because I know that angle, I can find angle C by going 180 minus 72 minus 39.3, which is 68.7 degrees. So angle C is 68.7 degrees. Now I can find side C. I'm still going to use my A, so I have sine of 72 over 6 equals sine of angle C, which is 68.7 over C. Just like before, I'm going to cross multiply. And I get C sine of 72 equals 6 sine of 68.7. Divide by sine of 72. And C is approximately going to be equal to 5.9. So it's 5.9 inches. Okay, questions? Okay, so we're gonna, if you have your notes from, if you have your packet, right, and you picked it up or you printed out your notes from last time or whatever, we had 3 problems we didn't finish because we ran out of time. The last time we worked on law of sine, which was the 17th, I think, the Thursday before Christmas break. So it's been a while. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish these 3 problems so you can get out your notes if you need to, whichever. Okay, so we're going to do 10, 11, I think, oh, let's just put a, let's see, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah, just 3 problems. So let's go ahead and do the first one. 10 says find the length of the shortest side. Well, the shortest side is opposite the shortest angle. And since the only side I know is 3.1, I need to know this angle. So can I find that angle? Well, yeah, I know 2 of the 3 angles. So I can go 180 minus 19 minus 40. And sorry, guys, I don't have these answers done already, so I have to do the math here. 180 minus 19 minus 40 is 121. So this angle is 121 degrees. So now I know the 2 angles. These are the ones I'm going to use on my sine. So I know I have sine of 121 over 3.1. Now the question is, which missing side am I going to find? And it says the side, the length of the shortest side. So that side is opposite the smallest angle, which happens to be 19. So I'm looking for this side. So now I'm going to use angle 19 in that one. So that means sine of 19 over x. And I need to solve for x. I don't have to solve the whole triangle in this one, thank goodness. I just need to find what they're asking for. Cross multiply. So I get x sine of 121 equals 3.1 sine of 19. Divide by sine of 121. And x is approximately going to be equal to see, parenthesis 3.1 sine of 19 divided by sine of 121. So that should be equal to 1.2. That's it, 1.2. Okay?
Chicken or grilled cheese?
Grilled. Okay, so for 11, I'm going to have you guys do 11 and 12, but I'm going to talk to you about them first, and we'll see, and then we'll go from there. So 11, they want you to find length of AC, so they want you to find this length here. Well, I know the two angles here that I need. Okay, but in order to find the length of AC, what do I need to know? So I actually have to do quite a bit of work on this one. I need to find this angle first. And in order to find that angle, I need to find this angle. So you're going to have to find angle C first to get angle B. So pretty much you're almost going to have to solve the whole triangle to get number 11 done. And then on number 12, it says find the length of AC again. So AC is here. And I can find this angle because I know what it is. And then, right, 160, I know two of the three angles. So this one should be pretty straightforward once I find angle C. So I'm going to give you guys maybe 10 minutes. Sorry. So if I'm doing 11, I know that I can say sine of 98 over 19. And the only other side I know is the side C. So I'm going to do sine of C over 11. So cross multiply. And I get, what do I get? 19 sine of C is going to equal 11 sine of 98. And then divide by 19. And sine of C equals 11 sine of 98 divided by 19. But I don't want sine of C, I want C. So to undo sine, I'm going to do sine inverse. So C, I'm going to put this part into the calculator here. And I get C is approximately equal to 35 degrees. That means this one's 35 degrees. So to find B, I'm going to take B is going to equal 180 minus 98 minus 35, and I get 47. So this angle is 47 degrees. And I need to find, remember, I'm looking for X. I'm looking for this side right here. So I need to do this again. So let's see. So I'm going to use sine of 98 over 19 again. Only this time I'm going to use sine of 47 divided by X. And then cross multiply. And what do I get? X sine of 98 equals 19 sine of 47. And I want X by itself, so I'm going to divide by sine of 98. So X is, I put this in my calculator, right? And X is approximately equal to 14 kilometers. So this is my answer. My sides are given in kilometers, so I need to make sure that I label my sides. So it's 14 kilometers. Okay, awesome. And then let's see, what do we have on number 12? Number 12, okay. I need to find angle C. So angle C is going to equal 180 minus 108 minus 34, which is going to equal, what does it equal? 38. 38. So this is 38 degrees. Okay, so then I know that the sine of 38 over 11 is going to equal the sine of, oh, that's not sine. Let's try that again. Sine of 108 over X. Cross multiply. And I get X sine of 38 equals 11 sine of 108 divided by sine of 38. Put that in, this into my calculator, right? So X is approximately equal to 17 miles. Okay? When you get done rounding, it's approximately 17. Because I think it's 16.99 or something like that. Round it up. So it'd be 17 miles. Okay, so that's it on so now we're caught up on both 3.2 and then the 3.2 review. I'm going to pause this.